his friend's words, relief flooded him.
This is good. Chances are, if Selena is alive, so is Mori.
Walker winced as the scene replayed on a loop in his mind, racing through the hallway door only to watch as Mori took the fateful step over the edge. If he had to do it over again, he would have done so many things differently. A sharp spike of pain rammed through his head and he stumbled forward, catching himself on the very table Remi was attempting to write in order to begin scrying again.
Walker, you okay?
The voices echoed in his ears, but with the debilitating pain suddenly assaulting his frontal lobe, he couldn't answer. A hard thump sounded, and a sensation jarred his ass, before he realized they'd eased him into a seat on the floor. Then, finally, like a wave receding into the ocean, the pain subsided, and he was able to think again. Blinking himself aware, he found 4 familiar faces staring down at him.
What the fuck was that?
Kai's voice besieged his eardrums just before he too clutched his head and began backing away.
Oh shit,
he said as he stumbled his way across the room to the old couch to take a seat. Remi rushed to the open door, disappearing from Walker's line of vision, and he soon heard retching sounds from the doorway leaching in from the darkness outside.
I'm probably next,
were Levi's last words before he passed out cold, a red rash spreading up from under his collar to cover his neck. Already seated, his brother did not have far to fall, but Jareth dove over to catch his head before it could bounce off the ground. He turned a bewildered stare towards Walker.
Guys, what the fuck is going on?
Panting, Remi crawled back through the door, slumping against the closest wall. A low groan came from Kai's direction, followed by a vile curse.
It's Kai's stupid balance,
Remi grumbled before hanging his head in his hands.
Balance? What are you talking about?
Jareth's confusion was written on his face as his gaze darted between the 4 sick men. Remi rolled his eyes as Kai groaned even louder.
It all started when Walker went missing.
Darkness surrounded Mori as consciousness flooded back. Assuming she was in the dungeon again, she called out for Walker, only for a mouthful of water to greet her restored awareness. A dull pain shot up her shoulder and she flopped her head back to find someone tugging on her arm as the icy water rushed around them. Mori winced at the rocks digging into her skin as she was pulled ashore, her head pounding. Looking further inside herself, she found her blue spark of magic barely aflame, sputtering, as if it could flicker out into nothing at any second. Her spirit fell as she noticed her ivy leaves had shattered like glass, the remnants of dead vines littering the inside of her head. With a groan, she palmed the side of her face, trying to remember what had happened. Jerking her head to the side, a flash of soaked pink hair caught Mori's attention. Pink. Selena! Everything came back in a rush so violent Mori's breath stopped. With a shuddering gasp, she remembered the look on Walker's face as he stormed through the door only seconds too late. Her heart seized, as if someone had wrapped their hand around it and squeezed.
Selena.
Mori couldn't manage more than a low groan as tears filled her eyes.
We're fucking alive.
Mori honestly thought when they had stepped over the ledge that they were leaping to their deaths. Just the thought of looking into the black hole where the waterfall raged made her sick. Water from Selena's bright pink, drenched hair dripped onto Mori's cheeks as the other woman peered over her to assess her condition.
Yeah, we made it, thanks to you.
Attempting a chuckle, Mori moaned instead as the movement jarred her sore body.
They almost killed us.
Shaking her head, Selena slung even more water across Mori's face, and she blinked at the sting of a drop landing in her eye.
No, you saved us. You protected us with the force field all the way to the bottom until we hit the water. I honestly started counting sheep we fell for so long.
A laugh did leave her chest that time, and Mori coughed up more water in the same instant, rolling over onto her side to expel the unwanted liquid from her lungs.
I don't remember anything,
Mori admitted, pushing herself to her knees and, with a grunt, shoved to her feet. Selena helped to balance her with a hand on her shoulder.
I'm not surprised. You passed out right before...